Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another York Viking stream, British Esports Student Champs number 15. Today, we're going to be streaming Valorant, or otherwise known as YCV-Inferno, against Derby Diamonds again. The OBS is crashed, right? Give me 1 second. So, we have obviously been in the last 32 for all of our open teams who are competing at this very moment. We are just waiting for the opponents to be ready to go. Until then, let's have a look at the standings. Obviously, we have surpassed a team. Oh, this is unprofessional as hell. Hang on. Let's check who they are, shall we? Anyway, we passed a team 13-1 against them in the last 32. And now we are up against Derby Diamonds once again, as we were in the Rumble 3 stages, I believe. If I am not correct, please forgive me. I'm your host, Prill Detergent, otherwise known as Chancellor. We were against Salisbury Spitfires 5, or V, as they are colloquially known, in the round 32 last week on Wednesday. And now we are up against Derby Diamonds. So, going to be a really, really tough match once again. Going to show basically all of our capabilities. And hopefully, it shall be a very, very enjoyable game to watch, as it always have been. If you remember the last Derby Diamonds game we have played, about, I think it was definitely 5 weeks ago from now, because it was British Esports Student Champs 10, I believe. Just getting invited to the party. Apologies. A lot of good teams around us as well. The winner of this matchup will be going to be against... Should have done this off stream. Wow. A team called Godalming College or Oldham College, which is the Man City Esports Academy, obviously. Whoever wins this one is going to be against either Manchester City Academy, Manchester City Esports Academy, that is, or what was it again? What on site? Can you tell this is so professional? Anyway, we're going to be against them on the 22nd of April, if we obviously progress. But if we do not, we are eliminated from the event. So this is a very, very important match for basically everybody, but especially us, given the fact of a single elimination round happening in the open tournaments at this time, this stage of the tournaments. And yeah, we're just basically waiting for the other team to be readied up. Whilst we are already there, as many of you might know or might not know, I'm usually I am the shoutcaster of York Vikings, but I usually shoutcast Rocket League in my own time as well. So I would just like to get a pre-warning to everyone who's watching, and apologies in advance for anything that I might get wrong in terms of the terminology, in terms of the character names and whatnot. I would just like to preface this from the start and hopefully carry on forwards in a very, very positive manner. Hopefully that positive manner will be reflected in our team play today, as it was in the last Derby Diamonds game, even though they put a very, very good fight towards the end of the game, if I recall correctly, in the British Esports Student Champs number 10, I believe it was for us. Yeah, we're just waiting for the opponents to be readied up, basically. For those of you who've just joined us in the channel, apologies for the technical difficulty as we are waiting for the bans to be happening at this very moment. I was assumed to be waiting until 4 o'clock, but obviously things happen. We are just waiting for the opponents to be readied up. Apologies for the wait, ladies and gentlemen. It appears there's a major technical glitch within the lobby. We will be hopefully right back rather shortly. For those of you who just joined us to our stream, we are incredibly apologetic about the situation regarding the match not starting yet. There seems to be a bit of a problem, I shall say, as the showcaster. That's all I can say at the moment. We are trying to resolve the issue as soon as possible. Apologies again for the difficulties we have caused to the stream. Apologies once again for the massive amount of delay we have just caused to the audience. It seems that the problem has been fixed and we will be back shortly. And we are officially into the game, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, rather. Really, really sorry. Apologies for the massive amount of delay we have just caused to the audience, as I was just proclaimed about 30 seconds ago. For those of you who just joined us, we seem to have a very, very big problem occur in terms of technicality. But so far, everything has been fixed, and the match is a go-ahead. Unfortunately, instead of the observer role, I have to be observing from the coach side, which obviously I'm personally not really affiliated with, but that was the problem fixer for both teams. As you can see, for our team, for York College Vikings, otherwise known as YCV-Inferno, we have Trio Monsters on Chamber, IP Freely on Jet, Conspiracy on Waylay, Blue Fanta on Fade, and I'm Camper on Brimstone. So pretty much a usual layout or a roster for the YCV-Inferno team.
Select your agent.
I'm just going to be waiting for the enemy team to lock in. Hopefully they do. And we are in, ladies and gentlemen, on the Derby Diamond side. We have Minka on Chamber, Lendrick on KO, Ghost Gerlin on Sage, Lofi or Lofi on Jet, and a good boy on Mix. Very interesting name, to say the very least. There seems to be a bit of an FPS lag there. Noticed. Apologies. I assume it's just... yeah, exactly. We are on the map Pearl, as I was just chosen from the bands. Looking at a very, very default push so far from the attacker's side. I need to get rid of that. There we go. That was very annoying. That's my personal opinion. I shall not get that into the stream. Hopefully going to be a very, very good game for both teams. Two sheriffs, if you count the Trio Monsters. Chamber Sheriff towards mid. Blue Fanta with a Fade coming out with a getting almost caught out with a KO knife on B. Seems to have left one behind as we're just going for a default push. Although A side is pushing hardly as ever. First 1D coming in from IP Freely as we are trying to push for the A side. An incredible dash coming in from IP Freely as well to advance or to backtrack through. Getting that one kill could be the decider for this very, very first round. I'm Camper getting out Lenric, the KO. On the tile side, on the short side rather, for A. Great spam play coming in from Conspiracy to get out a good boy or the Mix from the other team. And we are in a 5v3, a 5v2 or 5v1 rather. Going through all of the 5vXs and a flawless round, a flawless pistol round that is to start out a majorly delayed Pearl game. How about that? How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The slower game has definitely caught the cross lines for the Derby Diamonds team, it seems. Now, hopefully, the York Vikings team use that money to engage in I believe, or I assume rather, is going to be in a fast B position. Fast B push rather, that is. Okay. Is it so apparent that I don't play Valorant anymore? Because what was that? Jesus. Okay, knife coming in, but I'm Camper pushing with his favorite weapon, the Outlaw, getting caught out by the Minka Chamber. His own Marshal, now Train Monster's trying to avenge his teammates. Just goes through. Jet as well. Conspiracy now pushing in with the Bucky, getting out in meantime, getting the info that the team needs. Execute a very single push. Okay, a Molotov coming in to disrupt said push. Apologies, as we are not able to view the opponents. As I'm in the coach position on the gameplay itself. Leonard getting taken out. It's a 4v4 even position. 2 people on B. The Conspiracy giving out the info. 3 people. Every single person is on the B side as of the moment, whether it is another team or not. I believe that God IP freely with the 3K. Could not watch him. 1v1 Jet diff position IP freely. The 4K, the Deagle or the Sheriff champion himself. Apologies for the lack of gameplay in that one as I was trying to figure out what the observer rules were, or the buttons rather. Hopefully towards the final, or towards the middle and the final moments of the game, I shall be getting that figured out, as I should have done. Now executing hopefully a fast A push. Or a slow one. I mean, to be fair, 2 times in a row slow. Could be the decider. Kind of very, very easy, slow route. In terms of the round coverage as well. Very, very nice play so far from IP Freely as well. Let's watch him and see what he does. The entry fragger himself. Seems to be. 3 monsters on the B side. Catch out anyone on the short side. I'm Campy getting the first kill on the Ghost Girl and Sage. On the opponent team with the A. IP Freely trying to get ready for a dash play. Spraying through the smokes themselves. A 3-man push into A site. The assists are coming in for IP Freely and Trio Monsters. Clearing out for another 5v2 post plant.
One enemy remaining.
So he's IP Freely catching out one on the spawn. The Minka Chamber. Last person KO remaining. And Trio Monsters with a push onto short. Gets another flawless round for York Vikings. Seems the York Vikings, or the Inferno team, as we shall call them, has caught a very, very good, very early momentum as things go forward. Reloading. Sniper Freely so far going 8-0. Would you look at that? He's going absolutely ballistic at the moment. Accompanying kills coming in from Iron Camper and Trio Monsters on the last couple of rounds has definitely changed the articles, and we are apparently going for a split default push. Like a main B one there, as the spike is on the blue Fanta.
I'll find you.
Was caught out with a KO knife in the process. Trio Monsters definitely did though. Going for another peek. Methodical peek at that. Freely now. Man of the match so far in the last 3 rounds. Going flawless. 8-0 so far. 3-man push on to mid is going to be the side of Trio Monsters getting that first kill. The chamber diff. Saw someone in the air position. 10 HP remaining. Waiting for his teammates to help him in the battlefield. Looking out the angles, but getting smoked down in the process. Getting the Derby Diamonds getting 2 kills in the process as well against the York Vikings, making it a 3-wall position for the Inferno team. Making that a 2v4 so far. Good. Miku getting caught. Catching out rather. Both Blue Fanta. And I believe it was Conspiracy. Forgive me if I'm wrong. For Derby Diamond's first round. Seems to be a bit of a bump in the road for the York Vikings so far, gathering from the last 3 rounds that we have just watched. Not the last 3, not the first 3 rounds, rather. We're playing their roles, which you would expect. I don't know why I just said that like it's a surprising thing, rather. Surpriseful is not a word you eat. Jesus. Rather started. It's going to be like a B mid push, sort of. Minka catching out Camper in the process, getting that first kill. Could be the decider once again. Right. Oof, just not the angle you want in terms of the mid coverage. A bit of too much of a push for that. Conspiracy now catching out Blue Fanta. Blue Fanta's angle, rather, getting a 2v1 position on that mid player was the decider. Waylay fighting out through. Conspiracy getting out the short player. Good boy in the process. The mix. 11 HP to spare.
Be right back.
Going out for fast execute once again. Seeing that Sage getting back out immediately. I would do the exact same thing.
Last player standing.
Getting caught out by Lofe in the short position. So now Blue Phantom for a 1v3.
Get back.
That first ghoul. Kill in. Giving it all the attention in terms of just running to the side, trying to get that spike down. He knows that the KO is in short position. 35 seconds to go. No idea of the Sage. It's that ability last second through. The suppressed ability of the knife. Can't, unfortunately, watch out where the Sage is getting caught out by in the short position though. Sage is directly front of him. Walling it off. Catches out in the process, just waiting for the angle, and what a shot to get that clutch in. The 1v3 has been absolutely demolished with such a flick to end it as well to make it 4-1 overall here, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice comeback from the almost a 1 kill, 2 death position that Blue Phantom the Fade had at the start of the round. Very, very nice. Very, very nice for the Fade player. The Vikings once again going out for a B push this time, it seems. Is it going to be another methodical slow one, or is it going to be a fast one? As I was just about to say, the enemy chamber has activated his ult. Saw the sniper. I think he gets in that first kill on the Waylay. 4v5 position. Best action to just rotate. I'll do a fake rotate, you know, if I'm in the coach position, because coach position after all. First of all, I should learn how to speak, especially as a shoutcaster. But second of all, I would actually tell them to do a fake rotate. A fake rotate can actually just juke Derby Diamonds enough, in my opinion, to catch out any short players in the process. If we are pushing from mid, which I just looked for that we are. Mix from the enemy team is the opponent team rather is usually on the short side, where Jet is right now located. The Hyper Freely. The opponent Jet has just caught out Fade, the 1v3 new player, but now the Jet ult has been absolutely rescinded by the other Jet in the Vikings team. Camper now pushing through. Smoked out. Going to be another post plant. 3v3, much more equal to akin to the last rounds. One person on the left-hand side. Camper now going for a beautiful one-tap. Seems to be a flank from the KO. Another 1v3 position for your Vikings. This time it's going to be Trio Monsters who has to answer for it. Now post-plant has to be positive, as I was just about to say, but the commentator didn't even allow me to speak, but rather just let me think my thoughts, and it happened. 4-2. Still for your Vikings. Full ult available side for your Vikings as well. Only 2 ults from the Derby Diamonds team to go through. Now we're looking at I have to look at a half buy or a force round here for from your Vikings, as the economy is running loose, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Gonna be push here once again. Have to be careful from the KO knife, and also the chamber, as usually on the B side so far from the opponent team.
I'll find you. There. Still waiting.
Right here.
Great on though so far. They know one player's on the left-hand side. Trio Monsters with his own ult, with his own sniper. Catching out, and now the Waylay and the Fade combo going through in terms of the ult. First 2 ults coming in now. Tracking the post-plant advantage already, and Conspiracy has this beautiful angle coming in. Commentator goes part 2. Flank side once again, I believe. Minka and Lofi catching out the players on the sites, on the site itself. 2 players on the sniper position now being looked out for. As I was just about to say, as Camper picks up the Vandal and prepares his own ult, as Conspiracy catches out Mix, will be caught out by Lofi. 2v2 position. Looking at a Brimstone ult for the last couple of seconds. A beautiful execution from the York Vikings side. Trio Monsters to hopefully catch out. I'm Cappy giving out. Hopefully that left-hand side position doesn't have to for itself. And it's a complete execution from the York Vikings team. Even though they get caught out by the spike after all. Had to use 4 of the firebolts they had in hand to capture that round win. Doing a fast A push. The trade coming in from the conspiracy onto IP Freely, the highest performer so far as well. Not as well.
I'll find you.
Too long maybe. Three Monsters hopefully to catch out the off angle. Where they moving in. The bookie play coming in from Lope on the opponent was definitely unaffected. Not unaffected. Surprising to say the least, but the default position has been met once again. Waiting for the flank. Design camper. Catches out the KO and the ult. Cannot do any harm for that one whatsoever. Awful spray. I'm really sorry to show that on stream. Waiting for the post plant. Has the grey angle. Stage wall coming through as well. Just a mix on the right hand side. Catches out camper in the process. 2v1. Not enough time for the mixed player to catch out. The spike defuse, it seems, and we are. Well, not we are. Three Monsters catches him out anyway, as we are leading 6-2. And the split push is on the way. It seems so.
That's a good spot.
Three Monsters on the prey right now at the moment. They're getting that KO knife. Could have been the one-decider. Getting some damage into the jet before the eventual start of the round. 3 people through mid. We have left the bomb behind. Very, very nice. I keep saying we. Apologize.
I have the spike.
Here. Don't miss me too much.
Now pushing through, does Whaler. Conspiracy getting that info out. IP Free League moves through. Catches out the one tap. The first spray onto Lenric, the KO.
Night, night.
To start off the round. IP Freely with another one on his belt. Oh, I keep forgetting words when I'm shoutcasting, man, I swear.
Plant the spike.
Great bombs coming through. Bit of a miscommunication happening at the moment in terms of the chamber planting onto the default site for the spike position. But another 5v3 post plant for York Vikings. Derby Diamonds is in trouble once again. 4-round lead. York Vikings thus far, 6-2. Catching out all the angles. As they have been known to get out from the flanks. Minka catching out the chamber on the opponent's side. A beautiful spray coming in from Blue Fanta. And a conspiracy kill onto Sage to finish the round and make it 7-2. Last 2 rounds, or 3 rounds rather, of the first half here. Bit of a miscommunication. We are apparently going to... I keep saying weird, don't I? Wow. Well, I'm not going to say anything. Why am I? One person looking out mid, that being the Chamber from the Trio Monsters. Has the Sheriff in hand. Chamber Sheriff that is, obviously.
My ultimate is ready.
Right here.
for that execution, waiting for that perfect setup. I think it's going to happen at 105, 1 minute. The smokes are going to be done through. As soon as the wall is exploded, rather, Trio Monsters catching out that very, very important flank position, and it's an all-out battle into the A side. Jets coming in with a bookie from the opponents, once again getting caught out by Conspiracy. In the meantime, Minka now catching his chamber death once again in the Vikings side. It's under the post plant. Mix now pushing through shots. The Blue Panther has hopefully given out the info for that one, getting caught out in the process by said Mix. Camper getting caught out on the flank by the Minka player. He's done a full flank around. It's all up to Jets and Waylay. Jets catching out the first one. IP Freely now smoking out the main person. Main chamber, rather. 3k so far. Conspiracy with his 3k of his own. Catches the 8-2 and catches the chamber into the post plant position yet again here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, wow, wow. Elite performance, elite execution coming in from the York Vikings round, and a great defense almost coming in from Derby Diamonds as well. Now we are looking for... I keep saying we.
You want to play?
Me when someone tells me what their favorite Nintendo console is. I have to get that through. I'm really sorry for that awful, awful joke. Well, it's not an awful, awful joke. Is this hopefully this B pitch coming in from the York Vikings side? Waiting out the abilities once again. Conspiracy going down with the information gatherer from Waylay's abilities. So the opponents getting caught out in the process. Prowler, unfortunately, just too short. Minka with his own ult, but now Fade ult onto site. Hopefully the one decided. Blue Panther catching out Minka in the process, getting the trade for Conspiracy in the process. Waylay. One through short player. I feel getting traded by Camper. Jets in another Bucky position. A good boy catching out Tree Monsters with a Spectre from range. It's now a 2v3. Camper has the angles. So does Blue Fanta. Catching out from CT. Now looking onto Heaven. Catching out Lope in the process. Heaven is dead. Sage has been killed by Blue Fanta on the main. It's now all up for Mix. All for Mix. From the Derby Diamonds side. But Camper has given out the position, I would believe so. For the CT side. Could be Heaven at any moment. As Camper is searching for options. At this very, very second. But it appears is nowhere in sight to be found. Apologies for that voice crack. Camper almost getting out of that range, but unfortunately not, it seems. But we go to the last round. Well, thank you very much for that, announcer. Really, really do appreciate it. Last round before the swap. And last round before halftime. All of the economy parts. All of the parts of the economy has to be seized into coming in for the second half for both teams. Looking like a very, very even spread so far coming into the last round before the halftime. I said that so many times in the last 30 seconds. For York Vikings. As opposed to the first few rounds where there was an IP3D masterclass almost going 8-0 and there was 3-0. Now another executing fast B push. Conspiracy almost catching... Unfortunately, couldn't catch up. Blue Fanta getting that trade in. 4v4 position once again. The trades are becoming very, very important for both teams here, especially your Vikings as late as Ghost Girlin goes on to Tree Monsters. But case in point, Camper getting the Ghost Girlin himself. And it's another 3v3 position into post plant as for the last round before the swap. Hyper Freely out in the... Oh, I forgot what this location was called. Oh no. Jets in the flanks once again. Camper having to wait for that. Another person in the flank. This time it's a Minka, the chamber. Hyperfreely in a very, very interesting position to say the very least. Has to be cautious, has to be extravagant. At the same time, almost catching out the Mix, but the Spectre powers of Mix just soaring through.
Team Ace.
And it's the first team ace to close out the first half as we swap sides.
Switching sides.
That's going to be all about defending. all odds are on Derby Diamonds to complete their version of the 9-3 fallacy. I have to say that, otherwise the commentator curse has to be, you know, for them in that particular circumstance. If I do say, maybe it'll reverse. Not really sure. Thought I'd not mention it, but now Fade with an attack of their own, getting out the info that the Derby Diamond side is executing a fast A push. I'm Camper getting that important info in. The abilities are soaring through. Just have the Ghost to answer for it. Lofane now catching the Ghost in the process. Going to be 5v2 post-plant, 5v1 post-plant. It's now all for IP Freely to decide. I was just about to say, but that's a flawless pistol round coming in from Derby Diamonds to be making it a 9-4 for York Vikings still.
Need equipment.
Two 1-2 defending position, as classic as it gets, even from the CS 1.6 days. 2A, 1 mid, 2B. Doesn't even need an introduction.
Where are you?
Looking like another A push from the Derby Diamond side once again. That Vandal peak was as funny as it comes. The team has found out now. Great assist coming in from IP Freely for the Black Panther kill, getting traded out of a good boy for Minka from the opponents. IP Freely is completely exposed in this position, even regarding the wall. Has to wait for the plant to go through. Great Sage Wall coming through right now as we speak. Gets the headshot for the classic. Unfortunately gets caught out. So does I'm Camper from Lenric. And our Tree Monsters with a Marshall is the last person on site that I was just about to say. But the first two runs from the swapping sides has been very, very beneficial for Derby Diamonds, as it is 9-5. Still for York Vikings. To be a more heavy push this time, especially coming in from Camper and IP Freely, catching out the two players. Camper getting lit in the process, but IP Freely rather gets the trade on its Jet opponents, gets traded out by Minka. The Chamber themselves having to retreat. Trio Monsters with a Sheriff kill of his own. Chamber Sheriff, that is. Sharpshooter, I think it's called. I forget the ability names. I'm really, really sorry for that voice crack as well. Fight a 4v2 position into the first couple of seconds for the game. Having to check your angles. Ghost Girlin, the only person left on mid, has to be easy to catch out, and it is. Double digits first for York Vikings in terms of the round wins, going to 10-5.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Economy's looking
Need a drop.
very just unstagnant, instagnant. That's not a word, is it? Just not stagnant, is it? For Derby Diamonds. We have one person 2,350, one person 6,000. And that Chamber just has to go on his abilities to speak for themselves rather than the actual guns. There's always a challenge with Chamber. Trio Monsters will find out as well. Apparently not, with a Spectre. And two good hands to control them. Going to be a waiting game for once again for York Vikings, but Derby Diamonds has so far executed very, very fast pushes, as it is so apparent now, with an A pusher of their own once again coming in. Sorry for the FPS drops. Blue Panther having to go for the roll bang. So does IP Freely, catching out, mixing the process, making it 5v4 or 4v4, 3v4 rather. Minka, oh my god. Spike being dropped down by IP Freely. In the sight lines of York Vikings itself. This is a massive advantage for the team. Saw the Chamber themselves. 3v3 position. As the Spike is down.
Enemy spotted. Hey. Be right back.
Thinking now catching out Conspiracy, but Lofane Ghost Girlin finishing up the job for their team, the Derby Diamonds. For them to go 10-6 and planting the Spike down in the last seconds as well. Unfortunate to see. But we must prevail. Looking at the economy now. Seems like IP Freely is definitely going for an ult play regarding his lack of weapons. I was just about to say, what is it with me today in terms of commentator curse? My God, the timing is insane. Blue Fanta and Trio Monsters having to go out with a classic only. Two on B. It seems there is a fast rotate happening from the spawn position. I'm camper and was just about to say I'm camping now, seeing those map positions on the minimap. Unfortunately, gets caught out by the KO Lenric. The Diver Diamond side is back with fast B push. Great 2K coming in from IP Freely with the Bulldog. The mix catching out. Trio Monsters in the process is again a 3v3. 30 HP from Waylaying has to be a disadvantage. Thus far, the Bucky as well could be. One again, 9 HP now for Waylay. Planting now the position. The bomb rather, the spike.
Spike planted.
Detrimental angles for IP Freely to play through for the 1v3. But Minka makes it easy and painless regarding the angles that IP Freely has to take. What am I blabbering on about, man? Ay, 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 ay. 10-7 still for York Vikings. Minka coming out with an early lead in terms of the KD percentage in regards to York Vikings as first player as well. Which has been IP Freely ever since from the start. Round that started. Abilities on B has to be enough for the team to take a 4-way into A and mid. I'm Camper looking out for just predetermined the smokes, catching the first guy, the first person, the two people actually Jet and both Chamber on the short hand side. Conspiracy getting caught out. And now it's time for the KO ult to commence, almost getting sprayed. Does Jet from the other side, but it's going to be a 3v5 position, not even plant down just yet. Blue Fanta in a very, very vicarious position as of late, getting that headshot spray onto Mix to make it an even more even playing field. But Minka decides it's not time for that. Still a 2v3, still manageable, I reckon. It's going to be 2v2 with the help of IP Freely thus far. Almost catching out the KO. It's going to be 1v2. Blue Fanta getting that 3k, almost needs a 4k to finish it out. With a Prowler, this can be all that he needs. Another Prowler now coming in, having to sort it out, but almost catches him. Almost catches Ghost Girlin out. But Sage decided to not yet do that, eh? Not yet do that. 10-8 still for York Vikings.
Apresentamos a nossa nova série de palestras, Monstro Redimido. Ouça testemunhos em primeira mão daqueles cujas vidas foram salvas pelo mais.
For another split push once again. It's going to be a 4-way. Conspiracy with the 1D. Jet now ready in the arms in terms of the ult from IP Freely as well. Ready to attack at any moment, but that 1D. Wish we could have seen it. Apologies. Just waiting out for any sound, but it does seem like a mid push once again. Ghost Girlin getting that revive on Minka. I'm Camp just earing for a push of his own with the Spectre. Is a perfect chance to do such actions. Doesn't have the angle just yet, unfortunately. Leaves it all for Conspiracy from the B side mid. Make it another 1D, catching it out. Very, very difficult angle to push that sort of thing out.
Listen to this.
Mix ult is now onto the field. Active on the field, rather.
planted.
Just the timing is just not enough, is it, for IP Freely? Has to be a two-player push from one of the most narrowest angles you can get in Valorant map history. And that KO Molotov. Really the icing on top of the cake. Really still waiting with the Jet ult. Having to wait it out. Sage wall in their way. Breaking up, deceiving the chances much more further. Minky catching out IP Freely. IP Freely had just no chance to advance through. Blue Fanta is doing what we call the save. Being caught out by a Cypher Trap in the process. Hopefully it doesn't get caught out. For real, for real. Last couple of seconds. 10-9 still to York Vikings. The economy is getting dire as ever in terms of the York Vikings side. If this is their round, if this isn't their round, rather, I do not know what is. They have to get this round to not be forced to do a forced round. Forced buy, rather. Or else. An early push from the mid side, maybe, for I'm Camper. Unless from A, it seems. Mixed smokes down once again. During the process, IP Freely now catches out one player, gets the two onto Lofi and a good boy. The Jet and the Mix rather. Getting smoked out now in the process. Going to be very, very hard. Saw the two players pushing through now. Almost gets the third in. The Sage spray and to the KO almost. The Sage spray was the icing on the cake this time for your Vikings, especially for IP Freely, as the team gobbles up together a very, very nice spray down onto the Derby Diamonds to secure this very, very important round, as it is a penultimate match point with 4 ults in the chamber for your Vikings.
You want to play? Let's play.
Coming through from the Waylay. Trio Monsters and Conspiracy going out in the process. Trio Monsters, an absolute spray down. I'm really, really sorry to not be able for the stream to see that through. We have to watch that in the replay some other time. Unfortunately, that is all down to me. My fault. My fault. It's hard to manually observe and shoutcast at the same time, it seems. Should have learned from the last Derby Diamonds match about 5 weeks ago. It's going to be a 4v1 position. Chamber on chamber potentially. It is believed to be caught out. Or is it? Spraying down favorable angles. I think he gets some Blue Fanta in the process, but I am Camper finishing it up. From a mega round coming in from Trio Monsters to make it a match point for your Vikings. Although both teams have, especially your Vikings now, have the economy and the guns to potentially afford to lose out a round, they unfortunately just have to win this. Otherwise, the momentum will call the shots more than anything else. The both ults coming in from now the opponent Jet and our Trio Monsters and our Chamber Trio Monsters battling it out in the B side. Say battling out, there's nothing so far. First person getting caught out in the mid position. The Jet ult almost catches out I'm Camper in the process, but Conspiracy catches out Jet on the off angle. Now, time for the KO ult. Minka catches out Conspiracy for it to make a trade. 3-way push onto A main. Blue Fanta unfortunately cannot catch out anyone in the progress. I'm Camper deciding the 3v3 as we go into another potential post plant. The Brimstone all coming in from Camper is immense as it gets here. The spray down as well. Straight down. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, sorry. That was a bit cringe, wasn't it? Into the last 40 seconds. Mix and KO, the only ones being on the site itself, getting caught out by Jet. Hyper Freely now looks for the last spray to catch out KO and to GG. Say bye-bye to Derby Diamonds.
Was that important?
And advance
Defenders win.
to the division quarterfinal. As a round of 16 victory goes to your Vikings. Says it's a draw. Wait, hang on. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is there a best of one? Is there a best of three? I should really know this. Should really know this, shouldn't I? Judging by the party leaves, I reckon it is going to be a best of one. Judging by the party leaves, it is. I should have been given that info on the start, I believe. It seems so. It seems so here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I shall remind you once again here. Oops. Oh my God. Production value. Production value. As you can see, we have now apparently advanced through. As things stand, obviously, I should have been given the information that this is obviously a best of one. Not really sure on that. It does seem like a best of one, judging by the previous matches as well. Apologies for that one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much for watching this week's stream. As we have just won 13-9 against the Derby Diamonds, and we potentially advance to the quarterfinals. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Pro Detergent, otherwise known as Yi Chansoy. Apologies for, my lack of knowledge in the Valorant community. Valorant, what did I just say? In Valorant in general. I'm normally Rocket League shoutcaster, but as the official shoutcaster, I obviously have competed in Valorant last year for York Vikings. But to say that I follow Valorant to the same ability that I do Rocket League would be a blatant lie. So I would just like to come clean in terms of that scripture. And second of all, apologies for the massive delay in the beginning of the round, beginning of the stream, rather. As there was a major technical difficulty that was unfortunately had to be resolved by a... Oh God, what's it called? I'm forgetting English now. Yeah, I'm drawing blank. Anyway. Shall we go to the results screen? That we shall. Thank you very much for enjoying, hopefully, this stream here. I've been your host, Pro Detergent, otherwise known as Yeet Shansoy. And hopefully, we shall catch you out on the next stream, which will be the 22nd of April, almost a month from now. As it is the Easter holidays next week. And the next British Esports Stream Champs Day is going to be on the 22nd of April. 28 days from now. So until then, have a very happy Easter if you're celebrating. And until then, stay cool, stay around. See ya.